legendary history of tournament play. The cream of the world's golfing crop face a stern challenge every time they descend on the fabled Firestone Country Club. There's no doubt the format will provide excitement. Firestone has a rich history of testing the world's best players, which it did for 22 years as the site of the World Series of Golf and now present home of the World Golf Championships Bridgestone Invitational. So that's where you guys will probably know the course from. There's the Bridgestone Invitational, the Bridgestone Invitational. That's just a little bit of blurb from the website. The good thing about the website is that it actually does have a course walk as well. So I get a picture of the hole on the screen on my iPad in front of me as I'm about to play it. Also the yardage and the par. So this will be a really good measure of how accurate the course is in relation to what it's like in real life. So let's get this round underway. I hope you guys do enjoy this series. I really enjoy doing these and I don't do them often enough. I do still have some courses on my list to play as real courses that have been created in the golf clubs. But if you guys know of any others that you'd like me to do a real course review on, please feel free to send them in the comments and I will certainly add them to my list. So I'm just having a look at the flyover here on hole number 1 and it looks pretty good in relation to the picture that I've got in front of me here. Yeah, that's pretty damn close, I must say so. Right, let's have a look at the yardage. 400 yards, and the yardage on the website that I've got is 399, so you can't get an awful lot closer than that. We've got a little bit of a wind here today. Let's get the round underway. And I don't know what the landscape's like in Akron, Ohio, but looks pretty good. I mean, we've got some hills in the background there, but as with any course on the golf club, you choose what is the best suited for the course that you're creating. And this must have been the best one for this particular course. I have to say, just from the outset, looking at this picture that I've got on the screen in front of me, that cart path is accurate down the right hand side. The bunker configuration around the sides of the green and also the bunkers that were flanking the fairway look pretty accurate so far. So yeah, well impressed at the moment. We've got 109 yards. I'm going to jack this up because we've got a bit of a wind here, so I'm going to jack this up a little, see if I can get this up and down and right near the flag. If it holds the green, that's the main thing. Ooh, 98% power, not great. I think if I'd have hit 100%, that would have been pretty much bang on the money. Let's have a look at these greens. They don't look too bad actually. We've got some slope on them. Yeah, they don't look too bad. Massively uphill this putt though. It's not moving a lot from the left, but it definitely moved from the left. It's 187, so these are going to be playing fast, these greens. They didn't look too firm because that ball tended to stop quite quickly, which is nice. When we got fast greens, don't particularly want firm as well, because otherwise it feels like you're playing into a green that's like concrete and then putting on concrete as well. So this is really nice so far. Is it going to get there? Not quite, and not quite on line. Didn't hit it quite straight, but that should be a tap in for par. Alright, let's move on to hole number 2 on the iPad. There we go. So we're looking for, on hole number 2, 526 yard par 5. Right, and the picture I've got sort of starts looking up towards the green from these bunkers on the right hand side here. So they're pretty accurate. We've got the cart path going down the left, which is spot on. And then I can also in the picture see this bunker that is right in front of the green. So that is really well represented. Also with the trees flanking left and right as well. Let's have a look at the yardage. 522, 526. So bang on so far. I don't know. I mean, this must have been created on another platform because I can't see on the PlayStation who actually created this. But so far, after 2 holes, it is a really good good accurate representation. Let's hope that stays in the fairway. Good thing is that the fairway slopes slightly to the left there. And this is a reachable par 5. We've got 238 yards here. And the likelihood is I'm going to end up in that bunker, but let's see what happens. No, we're over the bunker. Hopefully that checks up. It didn't check up, it kicked forward, it kept low on the first bounce. I thought it was going to check up quite high. I like the fact that you've got the other green behind this one at a lower level. That's a really nice touch, that is. Alright, let's drop this down to a lob wedge, get the flop shot going here. 15 yards. Really nice par 5 this one is. I would imagine the big hitters on the PGA Tour are going to be hitting this one into no problem at all. Especially the big hitters that are hitting sort of 340, 350. They probably have a medium to short iron in their hands coming into this green. That'll do. A little long. That's left me a little... Yeah, just got it in. Alright, let's move on to hole number 3 on the iPad. Alright, again, it looks like all the photos are showing the hole from the position of the approach shot into the green. So, I would imagine as we get past this tree on the right hand side here, that's sort of the view that I've got. I can just see on the website that we do have some water there. So that again looks really accurate. 427 yards. 447 on I'm going by the one in the top left hand corner, because obviously the one that is showing on the screen where the flag is, that is based on pin placement. So let's work on the top left hand corner. 447, 442 on the website. So you know, anything within 20 yards I think is deemed to be a success from a yardage perspective. This is so far so good. I mean, really accurate yardage at the moment. That should get over the tree and it should come down in the middle of the fairway. Yeah, and that should take that tree out of play for the second shot. So we've got an approach shot here. Cracking hole, this one. Got a false front here. You can see that there. So we want to make sure that we are... This is going to be tough because we've got the wind blowing in from the right. Yardage isn't too much of an issue. And let's see if we can get this close. Hoisted that right up in the air. I'm hoping it's going to be close. It's going to be short. Oh, that was a major error. I didn't think that was going to be coming up short. I thought that was spot on. Nevertheless, it's in the hole. It's in the water, and we have a drop shot. So I've got that for par, which isn't going to happen. It's going to check up. We should be able to get a bogey here. Okay, so tap in for bogey, and that was a complete miscalculation on my part, but that is hole number 4 in the bag. So first 3 holes verdicts, really solid course, exactly what you would expect from a real course. It looks like a real course, it plays like a real course, and so far I am really enthusiastic to play the remaining 15 holes. So let's move on to hole number 4. Let's change the picture on the website here. Okay, this one is right up near the green, so it's showing a massive bunker to the right hand side of the green, which it looks like there is, and it looks like the green is slightly elevated, so let's have a look when we get there. and we can see that the fairway does slope up to this elevated green. We'll only really get a good indication of that when we arrive on the approach shot, but you can see that it actually goes down, and then we're playing up towards the green because we've got 34 yards in change in elevation. It's sitting higher than we are at the moment. 462 yards, 471, so again we're within that sort of 20-yard window. Right, let's have a look where we're going to go here. I think I'm going to have to aim out here and let the wind do its work. It's a long par 4, so I would imagine we're going to have a mid-iron into the green here. This is going to be tough. I really should have been on the right hand side. So we've got the ball above my feet, which is going to kick the ball off to the left, but the wind's going to bring it back to the right. You can see that change in elevation now. We've got 10 yards to adjust here, so it's 203, it's 200 yards. Ball above my feet, that's going to kick it off to the left. The wind's going to bring it back to the right. Let's stick it there. Let's play 195, and hopefully we've got enough to just roll up to the flag. May come up a little short. No, it didn't. It's gone long, and it's gone out the back. It has gone out the back. That green seemed firmer than the others, and it may be because we were coming in at a shallower angle because it was above where we were currently standing. Let's change this to a flop shot, see if we can get this nice and close. Hit that a little shy, but it's going to be okay. Got about 4 feet here, 5 feet. And that's in for a par. So a tough hole. Currently level as a gross score. Let's move on to hole number 5. Alright, we've got a par 3. And it looks like it's really well represented on here. The one thing that is a little strange is that this is actually showing some trees behind the bunker that's left of the green. So that bunker that sits left of just where the reticle is, if I move that reticle over, that bunker there, it's showing some trees just behind the bunker because the trees are casting shadows over the bunker. So that's not on here, which is strange, but that bunker is definitely there. We've got 200 yards. It's exactly 200 yards on the website, so once again absolutely spot on. 198, 195, we've got a 12-mile-an-hour wind, so I am going to play this with the club I've got in my hand. And I've taken nothing off of it because I think the wind will slow this up. In fact, it came up short, and because there's a bank in front of the green, it didn't quite make it on. I'm half tempted to play a chip shot here, but I have been caught out with a chip shot of late. I'm not a big fan of the chip shot in this game, but I'm going to play it anyway. It is uphill. It's 1 foot uphill. But I think most of that slope is near where I'm standing, so I should be able to chip over that. I'm hoping this isn't going to go racing past the flag, but there's only one way to find out. Yeah, it was still quite steep. That's come up about 7 feet shy. 8 feet to be honest. And I've hit that way past the hole. So, going to drop a shot here. There we go. Dropped a shot on the par 3. Stroke index 4. It is a tough hole and it's playing a tough hole. So we're just 1 over par now. Let's move on to hole number 6. Let's move it across on the website as well. Hole number 6 is a par 4. And again, we are looking at the photo on the website from the perspective of the approach shot. Nice big bunker on the right hand side. Couple of bunkers on the left. Yep, that's right. So the representation is pretty good. I'll have a look at the shape of the green. That looks pretty much spot on as well. So far so good. Let's have a look at the yardage, 469, and exactly 469 on the website. So far so good, and I have to say I am really positive about this course. I think, if you're going to do a job, and I always say this to anybody that's going to build a representation of a real course, if you're going to do a job, do it properly, and whoever has created this has done it properly. So hats off so far. I'm only 6 holes in. It could go massively pear-shaped, but I seriously doubt it. It is looking really good. So we've got 162, 158. It is 160. It's about 163 actually. I'm going to play this club, and I'm going to hope it's going to bounce up to the flag. Even that club's long at 145. Look, it's still rolling. 167, 168. So the greens are quite firm. I didn't think they were to start with, but they are. They definitely are firm. This ball's going to move from the left. Got to make sure this doesn't roll too far past if it's not going to go in. And that's a par. So Ian for par. Hole number 6 in the bag. Let's move on to hole number 7. It's another par 3. And this looks pretty accurate. Big bunkers flanking left and right, and it looks like 2, maybe 3 on the picture at the back. No, there's 2. Right, we've got a fair amount of slope on this green as well, so this would be interesting. Let's look at the yardage. 222, 219 on the website. So again, bang on. Don't want to be over here. I don't want that long putt. So it's really difficult to get this ball to stop on these greens. So 211, that's about right for the yardage. I'm going to try and take a little off of it. The wind is causing me a bit of a headache today, but that is just normal for the golf club. I forget the last time I had a round where I had sort of 1-2 mile an hour winds. That could be pretty good if it slows. Yeah, still went past the flag, and you guys saw how much loft I put on that shot. Right, we've got a downhill putt, so this is going to skate away quite quickly. Need to be a little bit careful here. Much like the last one, that was 20 feet. This is 17 feet, but dropping away quite a lot. No, just too fast. Look at it going now. Damn it. That's going to miss as well. So that's another bogey. This is a tough course. This really is a tough course. So that's +2 for the round now. We move on to hole number 8. Got a par 4 here. Screenshot on the website doesn't show me an awful lot. It just shows a load of really tall trees behind an elevated green. So let's have a quick look, see if it shows that on the website. It looks slightly elevated, not a lot. Right, I can see the tall trees. I can see some of those little round bunkers on the right hand side. Let's have a look at the yardage. 485, so bang on. It says 482 on the website. Again, another great yardage marker in the game. Let's see if we can. That is not working out how I wanted it to. That's going to be a tough shot into that green now. I should have been further left, and I should have known that. Alright, this should be a fairly straight shot because the wind and the slope should counteract one another. I'm hoping they are anyway. And that wind should hold this ball up as well. So I'm going to play this club. Got the 4 iron. So the slope had no effect at all. The wind's blown that all the way over to the left hand side, but the slope kicked that back onto the green. But I'm going to have an absolute monster putt, and this is where you actually wish for the ball to roll out, which it looks like it's going to do. So that, you guys saw that. I mean, that landed in the front of the green pretty much, and it's gone 21 yards, even more, probably 30 yards from where it landed all the way out the back of the green. So I will retract my earlier statement about the greens not being firm. They are properly firm. This needs to be close, otherwise I'm going to drop another shot. That'll do. That will do very nicely. That should be a par. Could do with some birdies. I'd like to come back in level par. Currently 2 over, and we're moving into the final hole of the first 9, and this is absolutely flown by. Alright, so this one plays into the clubhouse, and we can see that it's showing us the tee box, and it's showing us that it does drop away a little bit, so we should have an elevation, a negative elevation change here. Got some bunkers down the right hand side, yet some actually situated in the trees there, so if you're wayward you're also going to get punished by the trees as well as the bunkers. And I can't see the bunkers around the green on the picture on the website, but you can see that this does actually go downhill. We've got that 30-foot drop in elevation there. It's a par 5, 505 yards, 494, so still 11 yards difference, nothing to lose any sleep about. Alright, so we've got 240 yards. I am going to drop this down, and the only reason I'm doing that is because it is a par 5, so if I do come up short I'm still going to be in the fairway. If I get some roll, it could roll up to the green. So there's, you know, I do have method behind my madness. So it has come up short, but once again, as you can see, it's nicely in the fairway. Now if we can do another flop shot like we did on hole number 8, we should be able to get this nice and close to the hole. Just like that. Don't spin back too much, and that will give me about 6 or 7 feet. Spot on. So we get one of the shots back, and we're just right outside the clubhouse now, which is great. Alright, so now wow, that was a par 4. I thought that was a par 5. I do apologise, guys. I thought that was a par 5, and I thought I was going to pick a shot up there. As soon as I saw 500 yards, I drew the assumption that it was a par 5. So that was a par, and that's kept me at 2 over par. That's the opening 9 finished, and just to stop there and pause at that moment, just to give you my opening 9 verdict, is that this is exactly what I want when I'm doing a real course review. This is exactly like a real course. The representation and the recreation of the yardage, the bunkers, the trees, the cart paths, the elevation changes is all absolutely spot on. This is as near to perfect as I've come across in a long time, and I've scored some courses really highly. My opening impressions of the first 9 is it's almost flawless. I'm loving this course, and that is completely, my score doesn't even come into the equation, because, and it never does when I do these real course reviews. The only reason I actually play the round is to get around the golf course and see what it's like. So the score is completely irrelevant. I am loving the accuracy and the work that's been put into this particular course. So let's, without further ado, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into hole number 10. Oh, forgot to do the flyover, guys, and I do apologise. Let's zoom out so you guys can see that. Alright, we've got a par 4, another par 4 here, and we're going back up, I think. Yeah, so we've just come down that hole on the left-hand side there, you can see right outside the clubhouse. And now we're moving back up here. Pretty much a straightaway par 4. Uphill all the way, 31 feet in change in elevation. Let's have a look at the yardage. iPad's just gone into sleep mode. Let's have a look here. Hole number 10. 410 yard par 4, exactly what it says on the screen, 410 yards. We've got some wind behind us here, so hopefully this will push this up near the 300 yard mark. Mind you, we are playing uphill, so it might slow quicker than normal. It's not far off 300, 291, so we should have a fairly short iron into the green, which we have got. Got the wind behind us. 111 plus 617, but we've got that wind. Alright, let's play that. That seemed to come off right. It has gone off right. Oh, and it's not going to check up as well. That was way too much club. Oh, this could work well. How much is it going to come back though? I bet it's not going to come back anywhere near the flag. I can hear the flag flapping in the wind, but I can't see it. Now we've still got an 11-foot putt. So the greens are playing really tough. I've hit that way too hard, and that's going to be horrific. Look at that, still rolling. That's going to roll. That's going to roll off the green. Wow. That is horrible. I need that to go in to save par. Whew. That is a tough, tough green, because to actually get underneath the hole, you need to actually land it on the real front of the green, which is almost impossible with firm greens. So that was an absolute save, that was. Anything above the hole, and you can see you're going to end up rolling off the green unless you hit the slightest of touches on that putt. Alright, let's get on to hole number 11. Hole number 11, let's do the fly past or the fly by, fly over, whatever you want to call it. We've got another par 4 here. Again, very straight, lined with trees left and right. We want to make sure we open up the flag. So the flag's on the left hand side, so we want to try and be on the right hand side of the fairway. This looks pretty accurate as well. It looks like there's a bit of a bank behind the green on the website, and we've got those big bunkers left and right, so that's well represented. Right, let's see if we can keep this on the right hand side of the fairway without rolling out. Fingers crossed we don't roll out of the fairway. I want to try and be as far right as possible. It is rightish. And the only reason I wanted to do that was to use the wind and try and come in. Which side do we want to be here? Ooh, look at the slope there. This is going to be such a tough pin to attack, because if you end up down here, you're going to have a monster uphill putt. I really need to try and go over this tree. Right, who dares wins, let's go for it. Really technical hole, this one. Oh, don't go right. It's going to hit that slope. Oh no, there it goes. That was such a difficult hole. Look at that, it's almost a foot uphill. And it's moving from the right. It's not going to move too much because of it's an uphill putt. Uphill, and now it should start to slow. That's going to leave me about 3 or 4 feet. So I should be able to get the par here. Yep, that's in for par. Wow, what a tough hole. Stroke index 13. I think the wind made that really difficult because the yardage was bang on 132 playing in there, but the wind made it really tough. Alright, we move on to hole number 12. Let's have a look at this. This is a par 3. A raised green with 3 bunkers, one in each position apart from behind, I say each position, 3 bunkers, one in the front, one on the left, one on the right. Nothing at the back. And it is an elevated green on the website. Let's have a look at the yardage. 182, 180 on the website. So there, once again, bang on. And this yardage is perfect for this club, but everything seems to be going long at the moment. So I am going to allow for that. I just hope I haven't over allowed for the wind, and the wind has just dropped as well, which is typical. That's not going to stop, but that was absolutely spot on. Maybe a little further left than ideal, but once again we've run out of green. Let's tee this up. The wind is blowing a little bit here. Don't want to make sure I don't want to spin back off the green. Ooh, I'm glad that stopped because it was going at some serious pace. Got 4 feet for the par and we've missed the par. So that's 3 over now. Wow, this course is destroying me. 3 over par. Alright, hole number 13. Let's have a look at this. Got some big trees going down the right hand side. Looks like it's a dog leg left. We'll have a look when we get there. You can see the cart path going down the right hand side on the screenshot on the website. It looks like we have a bunker to the left of the green. I thought it was a dog leg left, but it's actually a dog leg right. Yeah, so I can see those 2 bunkers on the left hand side. And this is a really, look at that slope in the front of the green, so you definitely want to be hitting this past the flag, but I haven't had any problem with hitting it past the flag. It's keeping it short of the flag at the moment. That is proving tough. There is a slope on this fairway, so it should take it down to the left hand side anyway. There we go, you can see it's moving off to the left, which is good with the wind coming off the right because that means it gives me more room to aim to the right here, and I don't have any trees in the way. Got 190, we've got 187. I'm going to come in short here. I'm going to try and come in short and let it roll up to the flag. Doesn't always work, and best laid plans and all that. But let's see what it works out like. It's okay. It's going to come up short. It's going to be down the slope. In fact, the slope is probably going to run that back off the green. It is. Okay, so greens in regulation I'm getting absolutely crucified on today. I'm not hitting the green and holding the green at all anywhere, so really struggling with that. That's going to affect my greens in regulation stats. That should stop. Yeah, that'll do very nicely, and that'll be me picking up another par, but I'm not giving myself any opportunities for birdies because I'm just not hitting the greens. I'm hitting the greens, but I'm not holding any greens. So, I mean, look at that scorecard. I've got 1 bogey in 13 holes. Right, let's move on to hole number 14. Getting towards the end of the round now. Looks like we've got some massive bunkers down the right hand side from the website. Can't see an awful lot more than that. That's the 2 bunkers that we're just about to pass on the right hand side. I can see those on the website. And the green has, look at the size of that bunker on the right there. And that is guarding, properly guarding that pin. So we've got a kidney shaped green as well. And the bunker, the flag sits in the back right. So we want to try and be as left as we can be on this fairway. Let's look at the yardage. 460, 467 on the website. So again, pretty much spot on. I want to try and hug this left hand side as much as possible without going into the rough, and I don't think I could be an awful lot closer than that. I wanted to try and give myself an angle on this flag without playing over the bunker, but it's almost damn on impossible to actually get anywhere near that. 181, 182. Right, I'm going to come in from the left and I'm going to try and get this to roll down to the flag. Don't think it's going to happen like I want it to, but I'm certainly going to try. Because it looks like there's a slope there. But it's not short enough again, and that's another one that's going to roll out. So, yeah, distance is key on this course. Right, we've got another one we need to try and get close to try and salvage the par. Stop. Thank you. It's going to be about 5 or 6 feet. And that's another par. So it's just pars and bogeys. Pars and bogeys. 3 over, and we move on to hole number 15. So really getting towards the end of the round now. 4 holes to play. Got another par 3 here. Really good, really accurate slope on the left hand side there with a big tree as well. And then a couple of bunkers on the right, which I can just see on the website. So just having a look down at this green, that slope there, I don't know if we can get right down on the floor. There we go. See that slope on the left hand side? Yeah, so that's really good. Really good in relation to what is on the website. So got 221, 229, so there or thereabouts again. So really good accuracy there. I've dropped this way down just to try and get something to stop. It'd be nice to have a ball actually stop on the green for a change. Is that going to roll on? Oh! So when I take a little more off of it, we come up short. And with a bank in the front of the green, it's really difficult to get it to stop. I'll get it to roll on. Alright, got 11 yards, probably one of the shortest ones we've had in a little while. That'll do. That'll be a tap-in par, and we move into hole number 16. So hole number 16 is the longest hole on the course. On the website it says it's playing 600, yes I did say 667 yards. So this is an absolute beast of a hole. Looks like there's water guarding the front of the green. I'm sure we'll find out in a minute. Yep, there we can see the water guarding the front of the green. There's no chance on earth we're going to be getting there in 2. And he's even got the little bridge going over the stream that runs alongside the fairway there, just before that little pond before the green. So really good attention to detail there. It'd be nice if we could hit that slope, but I don't think we're going to, because the wind is slightly into, which is going to cause this to stop fairly quickly. Nowhere near that slope. Wow, 265. This is going to be a long old hole. And that bunker is now in play there. And that is exactly why it's there, probably. So still got 400 odd yards. Forgot to have a look at the yardage. It's 662 at the top left hand corner, 667 on the website. So again, absolutely bang on with the yardage. And we're going to have still got 136 yards to the flag here. Wow, what an absolute beast of a hole. I'm going to add a bit onto this because I came up short last time I used the 9-iron. The wind is slightly in my face here. pin's right in front of the green. This could be wet. If I get this wrong, it's going to be wet. But it looks okay. It's hit the fringe, so it's kicked it on a bit. Is this going to be the first hole that I actually hold the green? Ooh. No, that's going to, guaranteed that's going to roll all the way off. Look at that, guys. I landed that about 10 feet from the flag, and again, it's rolled off the green. Crazy, crazy firm greens. Alright, I want to make sure I get this up the slope. It is a par 5. This is for birdie, so again, we've lost the opportunity to get a birdie here. That needs to stop. By not landing on the green, not giving myself a birdie putt. The chip-ins every now and again are great, but they're just a bonus. You want to be hitting the greens in regulation to give yourself a birdie opportunity with the flat stick, as opposed to trying to chip or flop into the hole. So we're currently still sitting at 3 over par. Moving into hole number 17, the penultimate hole. And you can't get an awful lot straighter than this. So I can see these bunkers left and right on the website, almost identical on opposite sides, and it looks like this one is playing all uphill. So I can't see. I can just see that bunker in the front of the green on the website. So it's not a long hole at 397 yards, but we've got 15 feet of elevation. Pretty much 14 feet of elevation, which takes this hole over 400 yards. Let's try and be a little more down the right. And the reason I say that is so we have a good angle on the flag. Again, that is absolutely spot on. And we take the tree, that big tree on the left hand side, we take that right out of the equation now. 115 plus 7, 122, but we've got the wind behind and off the left. Be nice to actually hold the green for a change. Just one. Come on, just one, please. Oh, could we? Could we? We could, and that's within about 7 feet. 4 feet? Could I actually get a birdie? So I think I got a birdie on hole number 2, which is the second hole, and I got a birdie on hole number 17, which is the second last hole. So, fantastic, birdie, nice. Wow. What stroke index was that? 15, so it is playing easy. We move into hole number 8. Stroke index 9, par 4. Let's watch the flyover. Let's move over to hole number 18 on the iPad. A lot of change in elevation here. The website shot shows it from the back of the green going back up the fairway, and you can see that it does go uphill and to the right, so it must be going downhill and to the left on the screen, which it most definitely is. There should be 2 bunkers at the back of the green, which there is, and we've got the pin placement right in the front left of the green, which is probably the toughest position to have it. The shot that I've got on the website is that it's at the back near those 2 bunkers. So it's a stroke index 9. We want to try and keep this down the right hand side so we can access that pin. That's going to be easier said than done with a dog leg left. Trying to hold this fairway as well. That's okay. The wind's going to help us attack the flag a little more. But yeah, this looks pretty damn good. And we've got those 2 trees. There's actually these 2 trees. There's that one there and that one there that we can see looking back from behind the green. So really, really, really great points of interest there, and good reference points when you're playing and you're comparing it to a real course. Right, so we've got 170 yards, 167, 165. 11-mile-an-hour wind. Let's go. Last approach shot. Oh, that wind was a lot stronger than I thought. I need a... Oh, that was terrible. That's got to be one of the worst approach shots I've played in this round. So now, not only have we got the wind to contend with and the firm greens, we've also got heavy rough as well. And I couldn't have played it an awful lot better than that, aside from going in the hole. What I don't want to do is drop a shot on the last. Ooh, and I just crept in the side door. So that's 18 holes finished, guys. Alright, my verdict. I absolutely loved that course. Don't let the 2 over par fool you. I thoroughly enjoy playing that. It is accurate in every sense. I'm not going to repeat all the features and all the objects that have been used in there because I've done it many times throughout the round. I think this was a top class real course recreation, and I'm going to say no more than that, other than if you want a good real tough challenge, guys, get on this course. I encourage you to play it. I would love to know who's created this. I should really just go over to TGC Tours and have a quick look, but if somebody can drop a message in the comments and let me know who created this, I'd like to give them a shout out in my next video, because this was an absolute delight to play, and it has been an absolute feast for the eyes and a really good challenging round of golf. So I'm going to give this I'm going to give this, and I can see by my friends list that only one of my friends has actually played this. So guys, anybody that follows me on Twitch and YouTube, if you guys play the golf club, get out there and play this course. It is a beast. It is tough, but it's great fun. And I'm going to give this, ooh, what do I give this? You know what? I've been gushing about this all round, so I'm going to give this course a 9.7 out of 10. A 9.7, guys. Play this course. It is fantastic. Just going to have a quick look at the comments before I shut the video down. Oh, Brandon Pugh designed this course, and he has also done Pebble Beach. Just checked on TGC Tours website course list. Brandon Pugh design. Okay, Dazza2521974. I'm hoping that's your birthday, 25th of February 1974. Dazza, thank you very much for that bit of information. I can give a shout out to Brandon Pugh in this video. I'm not entirely sure whether Brandon may ever watch this video, but check it out, guys. I'm gonna add this as a favourite because I think it's an absolutely fabulous course, and I encourage you guys to play it. If you've been watching this on Twitch, thank you very much for tuning in. If you've been watching this on YouTube and you've enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Once again, I said it in the beginning of the video, if you know of any real courses that have been recreated in the golf club, chuck them in the comments box. I will get round to playing them sooner rather than later, hopefully. And if you've yet to subscribe to the channel, if you enjoyed this kind of video, I do many other ones, live golfing events with other people in the PSN community, and I play against some ghost balls and do any number of things, playing and recording videos on the golf club. So check it out, check out the channel, check out some previous videos, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, guys, take care. Bye bye now.